Hi guys, Mons here, and today's episode is all about Mons. We're going to be going through my predictions for game week 2. I'm going to go through a review of my prediction for game week 2. If you're on my channel and you want my video, please don't forget to click on the subscribe button. I do appreciate all the support. Thank you very much. And also, if you have any comments or you don't agree with me anything whatsoever, please leave a comment. I'm always open to a debate as well. Thank you very much. So let me just get right into it. So for game week 2, I went 5-3, which is not great, but it's not bad either. I thought I did very, very good in terms of prediction, and obviously some unexpected results as well also brought me down. However, I'll go through my prediction that I went through. So I thought everything were always going to win. Arsenal were always going to win. Bournemouth were always going to win. Chelsea were always going to win. So that's the 4 stars I had for the week. My risky pick was Brentford to win because I felt they needed a bounce back result after the first week of the season, and I was so happy they won. Like I said, big Keith Andrews fan, and I hope he does well for Brentford this year. So that was my 5 victories this week. Like I said, 2 draws don't count in my prediction. So there was 2 draws in the Premier League this weekend. They didn't count, and the losses were Sunderland versus Burnley. I picked Burnley to win because I picked Sunderland versus Burnley. I picked Sunderland to win. I felt Sunderland showed me a lot in game week 1. I thought they were going to beat Burnley. However, Burnley were home and they got the victory. And Spurs and City. Obviously, Man City lost, Spurs won. Spurs had a fantastic game plan and they executed it perfectly, in my opinion. So, shout out to Spurs and shout out to Thomas the Frank Engine. That's the nickname Spurs fans always seem to call him. So, like I said, it's not bad again. I went 5-3 this week. I went 6-1 last week. And like I said, my risky pick was Brentford. So I'm pretty much happy with this with my pick so far. Like I said, there's a couple of I was very impressed with Chelsea. Chelsea were the most impressive team this weekend for me in terms of Chelsea and Spurs were the most impressive team in terms of how they played and the result they got, in my opinion. Like I said, Jack Delaney is back with his assist. Villa took this in attack. However, the game is game. I'm happy Brentford got the win, and so next week again, what I'm going to do also is I'm going to make a prediction for next week as well in my next video going forward. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to talk you through my process of actually making my picks for the week. So with Everton, I felt like the new stadium, that was a start for the week. I thought Everton were always going to get a victory in this game. The new stadium, there was no way they were losing that game. David Moyes in charge. And also Everton, I saw they got Dublin from Southampton for 42 million. Well, Man United were quoted 100 million last year when they wanted to get him. So you obviously know about the Man United tax. Arsenal look very impressive. Champions elect, in my opinion. What about Timber getting? I think he got 2 goals and 1 assist. And obviously, if you had in your fantasy Premier League football team, you would have been absolutely delighted with yourself. Saka got injured again. I think Saka is completely finished in terms of injury. He will keep getting injured every couple of weeks, simply because he was overplayed in the last 2 to 3 years by Mikel Arteta. But Arsenal is very impressive. I thought Madueke is a very good signing for Arsenal. Eze is going to be brilliant when he starts on that left wing, because I said at the start of my Premier League preview, I felt Arsenal need a left winger. As soon as they got a centre forward, they need a left winger to take them to break down teams that have play low block against them. And Eze is the type of player that can make that decisive pass, beat a player, then make a decisive pass as well. So that's a very, very good signing for Arsenal. And he's an Arsenal supporter. He always wanted to go to Arsenal, in my opinion. Bournemouth, I didn't get to see the game, but I saw they won 1-0. I thought they were going to beat Wolves by more because I felt Wolves were absolutely hopeless against Man City, and Bournemouth got an early lead in that game as well. So I thought they were going to beat Wolves like maybe 2 or 3-0. But I haven't watched the game. I didn't get a chance to watch that game, so I just came ended 1-0. Brentford, that's the game I watched. Enjoyable game. Villa were toothless. I think they need more imagination, more creativity from midfield, and Morgan Rogers need to step up big time. I think Morgan Rogers needs to step up big time for this team because they're looking for the creativity in this team, especially after the campaign he had last year. And I think young player of the year last year as well, the PFA Young Player of the Year. Chelsea team impressed with Chelsea. Estevao, that's how I pronounce his name. Very impressive. Pedro Neto was a guy the Portuguese guy I was thinking of. On the left wing, he had a fantastic game. Absolutely destroyed Wan-Bissaka. And João Pedro was very good as well. I like his aggression. João Pedro's aggression is very, very good to watch. And Caicedo, you know what you're going to get with him. 8, 7, 9 out of 10 every single week. Enzo Fernandez breaking the lines from midfield going forward. Very, very good in that game as well. And I didn't get to see the Burnley and Sunderland game. I didn't get to see the Man City game either. For the Liverpool game, for me, definitely game of the weekend. Liverpool were very courageous in terms of going for the win, even though they were a man up. However, it was 2-2. Usually teams would just sit back and be like, look, getting a draw at St James's Park is pretty good. However, shout out to Arne Slot for taking the risk and actually going for the victory in this game. So I was delighted for the young guy, like I said in my previous video yesterday, that he actually went for the win. So that's pretty much it. I went 5-3. That's not bad. Well, the first week I went 6-1. I went 5-3 this week. Hopefully next week I'm going to try and get a week where all my predictions are correct. Like I said, the draws are not counted. If you agree, if you have any comment, please leave a comment below. And obviously I'm always open to conversation or debate, whatever. And thanks again for supporting the channel. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button before you leave. Thank you very much.